Welcome, everyone, to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. We're going to talk about PlayStation. PlayStation's got a new name, a new label, I should say. PlayStation PC. Looks like they've kind of started up a new division, or I wouldn't even know if it's a division, more of a formality, I would say, probably at this point. They registered a name trademark back in April, and I guess now things are kind of more solidifying that they're going to be pushing more to PCs, which, Jim Ryan already kind of stated that back in like an interview he did with GQ earlier in the year, that he's going to, they're going to focus, push most of their first party stuff to PCs when it comes out. I mean, it's a smart move, right? I mean, it's a wider audience, and they've been letting Microsoft take advantage of that market for way too long, if you ask me. I mean, Microsoft's like, we don't have exclusive titles. We put our stuff out on our PCs and our consoles. So really isn't exclusive when you think of that. I guess you could think exclusive as Microsoft, but so I mean, they're working on pumping more stuff out. I mean, we've just had there's been quite a bit of stuff come out from Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone came out, Death Stranding came out on PC, and then I think God of War and Uncharted. God of War is coming. Yeah, is God of War coming? And yeah, God of War and Uncharted Legacy are supposed to be out sometime next year on PC. So, and they basically worked a lot with external developers, but they've made some purchases recently of some companies that are known for porting games and stuff. So they're probably going to be working on a lot of this stuff for PlayStation. To me, it's a no-brainer. They should have been doing it a long time ago. I don't know what's changed for them, but it's just a labeling. Yeah, maybe they need more money. Yeah, I don't know. They seem to be doing great this year with the PS5. So, and then their first-party titles are always second to none, right? I mean, for the most part, we love the majority of first-party titles they put out. So it's just going to expose more people to the market now, if you will. I mean, PC. PC is going to expose them to a larger market. They just have to support it and see how it goes. I mean, I'm all for it. I guess especially for those people who don't own PlayStations and aren't going to buy a PlayStation. You got those PC master race people who are like, I'm not buying no console. So the only market they've been missing out on is really PlayStation and Nintendo, obviously. Nintendo's not putting anything out on PC. So, but emulators have ruled the roost in that environment for years. So let's kind of see what these guys think. Shane, what are your kind of thoughts on this new PlayStation PC label that they've come out with?
But wait, didn't they originally say a few years back, don't quote me, but we are console exclusive. We don't do PC. We only do them on our console. Now, it's not verbatim, but I'm pretty goddamn sure they said that. Pardon my language, but yeah. So, and then when they saw Microsoft doing pretty damn well, they were like, we got to get some of that. Now, I'm happy for them. The PC players, they get to play some really good games. They do. I hope they port over well, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit, though. I have a PlayStation because I like PlayStation games. That's it. I don't want to play my PlayStation games on PC unless they do what Microsoft is doing. And, you can play the game that you bought on PC on your Xbox and vice versa with a lot of them and most of them. The Game Pass. You got Game Pass PC, works with Xbox, with games that are compatible, blah, 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 cross-platform, cross-save, excuse me. That's what I'd like to see Sony doing, because Sony is just they're taking, let's say God of War, for instance, came out originally $60, comes out on PC, 5 years later, $60 again. I think it's kind of dog shit by Sony, but Sony's a company. Sony's a greedy company. Sony is not going to do anything that doesn't just bang cash. And I can't blame them though. I mean, it's the market. I mean, they want to make their money, but I don't believe I'm going to buy the same game twice. Even if the PC version is better for some reason, put in, graphic controls and all that. I just don't see it. But that's just my opinion. Nick, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat. It's good for PC players and those that want to play these games on PC. That's great. And it's good that they have that option. They don't have to go out and find a PlayStation 5 or whatever. And I do want to see Sony put these titles, start making it where, like Microsoft, where all their first party titles go to PC as well. Right. So those PC players can enjoy those titles. For me, it would only matter if they started doing like Microsoft does with with like a Game Pass type thing. They do have PlayStation Now, but if they maybe this is a ramp up to something like that where they're going to have PlayStation Now for PC, right? Because the one thing I like about Game Pass for PC is not every game that comes to Game Pass for PC is on a console. Recently Age of Empires 4 came out. Right. And that you can't play that on the Xbox, but you can play it on the PC. But if you have Game Pass Ultimate or Game Pass for PC, guess what? You can go download it and play it. So that's what I like, because I do check the game. I have Ultimate. I think we all do. And I do check my PC and go on Game Pass for PC because I know there's other titles on there that I can't play on my Xbox. The Forgotten City just came out on there too. And so that's one that's not on Xbox, but I can play it on my PC. So I'm hoping that PlayStation does something like that here in the future now that they're ramping up this division, where they're going to make like a PlayStation Now for PC type thing, where it has different games or and stuff like that are just PC side stuff. That would be cool to see. But as it is right now, I'm glad they're coming out to PC, these first party titles. But like Shane said, we all have PlayStation 5s, so we don't really care. We'll just buy them for our PlayStation 5s and play them. But, if they do have titles that maybe they'll start putting titles on PC that are not on PlayStation. I doubt it, but, they could see maybe not it could be first party, but maybe like lesser known first parties, like small studios or something, throw something out there for PC. But you never know. So, yeah, I mean, cool, I guess. Good for them.
Yeah, I think I don't think that they'll ever do anything like that. They don't want to be anywhere associated with Microsoft, right? Their whole ecosystem is kind of convoluted, And what I mean by that is PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. You can't combine them for like a $15 thing. You have to buy the $10 Plus and the $10 Now, and they're completely separate entities. So I could see if they do decide to do something like what Microsoft does, where you have a PC and a PlayStation, it's going to be its own little $10 or $20, who knows what happening. I did read an article earlier in the year that Epic had offered them like $200 to be the exclusivity for their thing. And I think they turned them down, the exclusive deployment for their
$200?
$200 million.
I give them 250.
I was like, dang.
200 million. We're talking corporations. It ain't less than millions. For
I gave them $250 to be. Right. They can exclusively send it to my house.
Right. For $200 million, and I think they turned them down. What PlayStation did. So, I don't know. Then PlayStation has a really bad habit of just like making things more complicated than they need to be because they don't want to seem like they're mimicking or in the same ballpark as Microsoft, which. Us as gamers, I don't care, right? I own a PlayStation. I own a Nintendo Switch. I own an Xbox. I own a PC. I own all this crap. I'm going to play it where it's more convenient for me, right? I know that if I want to play a grand strategy game, I darn well ain't playing it on any console. I'm going to play it on my computer, right? A strategy game of any sense that's battle simulator, anything I'm playing on my computer. Nothing beats mouse and keyboard, with that type of stuff. Now, PlayStation does have keyboard and support and stuff like that, and so does Xbox, but it's not the same, right? It's just not the same. So it's an interesting place they've put themselves in. I mean, they said, as Shane had pointed out, they weren't going to do it. Now they say they are going to do it. Now they're spinning up a whole division to help them do it. Instead of partnering with other companies to port their stuff, they're buying companies to help them do it. So they're putting themselves in a good position to be able to deploy these in both places. Now, what is yet to be seen is day one first party games. Are they going to be coming out on PlayStation and PC? Are they going to kind of keep that on the PC platform for a year or so, so they can keep claiming we have PlayStation exclusives, because that's the only thing that they've got claim to fame. Everybody always harps on Microsoft about Xbox exclusives, but that'll never happen because Microsoft's never going to alienate their PC infrastructure. That's what got them where they are. PC gaming was around long before, the console gaming stuff was. So, and they're not going to alienate that ecosystem. That was just been bad business for them. So they're never going to have an console exclusive only game.
Yeah, you'll never see. I mean, I can't guarantee it, but I would say there's a 98% chance you will never see a PS5 game coming out on a PC any earlier than 6 months to a year. And 6 months is just like a 99.9% chance that ain't going to happen. I think, Sony is smart to do this. They definitely are. It's another way to, make profit. I mean, just plain and simple. I mean, it's smart to do. I don't like Sony as a company, but as a profit maker, they do pretty okay. It was announced they apparently have sold 13.4 million PS5s already, 10% to scalpers. So,
you mean 10% to consumers, right? You flip flop that number.
Yeah, no shit. It's interesting to see Sony go this route after, decrying and trying to basically give Microsoft shit for their whole PC availability on theirs. And then, they turn around and follow suit without following suit. Like you said, oh, we're not them. We got to be
fashionably late.
Exactly. No, Nintendo's fashionably late. But Sony, it's not really a surprise. But I don't know. I think Sony, you're definitely right. Sony doesn't want to be in the same area with Microsoft. And I mean, that's why their whole dashboard is a damn disaster. I love the PS5 system, but wow, that dashboard is a piece of shit. It's such a disaster to try to navigate and manage. And they did the update, which basically flipped the process of getting just to the power button. It's ridiculous. The store is faster, but let's see how long that lasts. But give Sony credit. They made a smart move. Because PC, you guys know me, I'm a console gamer, but I play more PCs games because of you guys. Especially now that I have a computer that can handle a game, besides Tetris. So let's see what happens. But they will never get a dime out of me for a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 game on a PC if they're just not going to do it.
Well, yeah, because they're never going to allow what Nick said. They're not going to allow you to do what Microsoft does, where I buy it one time and I have it in both places. Because they do stuff like what they just did with Ghost of Tsushima. We added this new DLC and it upgrades it for PS5. You can pay this money and you can get all this stuff. But, so that's them. That's their business model. And they're going to run with that business model until basically they start losing money on it. And then they're going to rethink it because they're not very pro-consumer, in my opinion. PlayStation's never been pro-consumer. And it's worked for them, right? They're where they are because of their strategies and stuff like that. So if we're saying that PlayStation is fashionably late, Nintendo's going to be the drunk guy that wakes up at the party the next morning when everybody's already gone and doesn't care anymore. That's Nintendo.
Yep, with a sock hanging out its butt.
Right. Nintendo's going to be the one. We have PC games, and everybody's going to be like, we don't care. Your games have been out for 10 years. We need a new place to put Mario All-Stars on the PC.
No, they're going to put it on the Ouya.
Oh, yeah. Guess what's coming to you?
You have to Google that, people.
They'll put it down on PC, but it'll be like a really old Nintendo game. It'll be emulated poorly.
Right. We're going to be, Nintendo's going to be like, guess what's coming to PC, everybody? Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. Coming to PC.
Excitebike.
The Legend of Zelda. Excitebike. There you go. Yeah. Excitebike. And it's all in its infamous graphical glory.
And it's 8-bit glory.
Yep. You only need one button to play. So, all right. Anybody else got anything on this? Anybody got anything things that they think we missed or anything like that for this topic? Because, I mean, it's a pretty small topic. It's just they've got a new branding out there. I think it's more of a strategy thing, and they're not really creating a new division or anything with it. So, but it might spur its own division eventually.
Do you think it'll succeed?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're introducing all these games to a market of people who have never played them. I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn's a perfect example of that. I mean, all those PC people who didn't have a PlayStation gobbled that crap up. I mean, I would have too. I bought my PlayStation for that game. So,
yeah, I mean, I even read stuff like forums and on Reddit. Like, people are excited for God of War coming to PC, like super ready for it. Tons of people. So, yeah, I mean, exactly. All those people that aren't console gamers and stuff. Yeah, they're going to eat it up. And yeah, I mean, I think Horizon sold like a crap ton on PC. So that's probably what, once they did that, once Sony saw that, they were like, ooh, let's throw some other things out there and see how they stick.
Sony saw that game make it rain. They're like, oh yeah, Aloy made it rain for us, so they're basically,
let's see what Kratos can do.
Yeah. He's going to whip it out. Give me that. So
from a redhead to a bald head.
All right. With his boy. Yeah. So cool. All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and let us know if you think something different. Do you think it's going to be a success for them? Do you think it's going to do a Division spinoff? Do you think they'll ever make PC exclusive games only? What do you think Sony's going to do? We don't think so, but let us know what you think in the comments. And don't forget, as always, make sure you like and subscribe so that we can keep doing what we're doing. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We hope to catch you in the next one.
See ya.